Hello everyone. Now we are going to start electric power system. So, being an electrical engineer, we all are aware about the importance of this subject. And we know that electric power system itself is a broad area of study. So, in this series, we will be covering only the major highlights of all those sections of electric power system. Now, these sections can be generation, transmission, distribution, and utilization. And in this series, we will be specifically covering switchgear and protection section of the electric power system. So, coming to the topic directly, so this slide shows the entire journey, entire story of electric power system. This slide is showing that electric power is generated somewhere and at the end it is being utilized. So electric power system has four basic elements: generation, transmission, distribution and utilization, and all these elements we can see over here in the slide. So initially what happened, some other form of energy is being converted into electrical energy. Where it is converted in power plants. So some other form of energy is being converted into electrical energy at power plants. So other form of energy can be of any type, and it is being converted with the help of some machinery. It can be a steam turbine, it can be a nuclear power plant. So these steam turbine and other turbines, hydro turbine, these drives our main alternator when converts that rotating mechanical energy into electrical energy. So this part, only this part where electrical energy is generated, is known as the generation section. Now we have to send this generated electrical energy over long distances. It may be thousands of kilometers. The the consumer may be thousands of kilometers away from the power plant. So now we have to transmit this generated electrical energy over long distances. So we need to step up. So at generation power plant, we have a step up transformer to increase the voltage level of the generated voltage. So here we will be increasing the generated voltage. What happens? Why we are doing this? To reduce the I square R losses. To reduce the I square R losses, we have to increase the level of voltage for transmission. So this section where the power is transmitted over long distances, this is known as the transmission section of the power system. Now we have to send this generated power to the consumer, but we cannot send huge voltage level to the consumer, so we need to step it down. So this high voltage electric power is then being sent to a substation where it is stepped down, and then it is sent to various sections of the city, village, various transformer, and then again it is stepped down to some low voltage suitable to various home appliance. So these two sections where it is stepped down. This is known as the distribution section. And finally, when it is sent to the consumer, the end section is known as the utilization section. So generation, transmission, distribution, and load form the four basic elements of power system. So these are the main section of the power system, and in this video we are going to focus only on generation section of the power system. So what is generation? So electrical energy generation is it's not just generation, it's a conversion of some other kind of energy into electrical energy. And where it is where this conversion takes place, it takes place in various power plants. Now the power plant can be a thermal power plant, hydro power plant, nuclear power plant, and renewable energy sources like solar PV, wind power plant, etc. So the highest contributor in our nation as a generation sector is thermal power plant, but thermal power plant is having its own cons. So it is being now reduced every year, and we have seen a great progress in renewable energy sources. It covers more than 20% of the share of uh, Indian generation industry. So if we talk about these first three power plants, thermal, hydro, nuclear, here the generation of electricity is possible with alternators, synchronous generators. So what are these synchronous generators? Synchronous generators are the machine which are given rotating mechanical power, and this rotating mechanical power is being then converted into electric power. So at power plants, these generators are very large in capacity, in ratings, and these can generate up to thousands of ampere of current. Now these synchronous generators can be of two type. It can be either salient pole or it can be non-salient cylindrical pole. So here we can see both the types of these synchronous generator. So here we will be looking to the salient pole. In salient pole, the right one, in salient pole we can see that the poles are projected outside. These are the heavy poles unit, these are projected, and in cylindrical we can see that its outer periphery is quite smooth. So we can see that these projected pole unit which are actually heavy itself, so these heavy pole unit rotor cannot be rotated at a large speed, but on the other hand these smooth rotor can be rotated at a large speed. So if we compare the torque requirement of these two rotors, we see that this cylindrical rotor, it is actually its length is quite long, but its diameter is smaller as compared to its length. so it needs quite less torque. But on the other hand, this projected pole rotor, that's salient pole, this require huge amount of torque, and because of these heavy pole units. So so the conclusion is, this salient pole rotor requires high torque and it rotates at low speed, and this cylindrical type rotor requires low torque and it rotates at very high speed. So now coming back to various power plants. So in thermal power plant, if we talk about prime mover, so we have a steam turbine as a prime mover, and steam turbine delivers very high speed and quite lower torque as compared to hydropower plant. So in thermal power plants, in thermal power plants, which type of rotor will be used in alternator? It will be cylindrical rotor, because in thermal power plant, steam turbine is the prime mover and it delivers very high speed with the low torque. And when we talk about hydropower plant, in hydropower plant, the hydro turbine actually rotates at quite low speed, but it generates a huge amount of torque, and that is the best suitable for this salient pole machine. So in hydropower plant we use salient pole type of machine, and in nuclear power plant again we have steam turbine as a prime mover, and here we use cylindrical rotor. So now what is the speed range of these rotors? So this at hydropower plant, this projected pole synchronous machine rotates at quite low rpm. It can be up to 400 600 rpm, but this cylindrical rotor, it rotates at quite higher rpm. It can be up to 3000 of rpm. So based on the requirement of the power plant, we can choose any one of these. Now if we talk about the ratings of these large alternators at power plant, so a typical alternator in a large power plant might produce 20,000 of ampere at 25 kV. This 25 kV is the terminal voltage, generated voltage of the alternator, and its armature winding, its large armature winding can produce up to 20,000 amperes of current. So when it generates 20,000 ampere current at 25 kV, so we can say that it is of 500 megawatt. So when we talk about power plants, large power plants, it's common to find 4 or 6 of these similar generator alternators in a power plant. Why there is not only a single generator? Now to boost the to match the maximum demand capacity, we need to operate various alternators parallelly. So one generator cannot satisfy the demand of the grid, so we need to have more than 4 6 alternators available in the power plant. Now coming to the sector wise generation of electricity, and this is the report which we have taken from MNRE, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy, Government of India. And this is the report of this is the latest report, and it was produced on 30th of June 2020. Now, look at the slide. Here we can see the sector-wise production of electrical energy in our nation. So here we can see that the total thermal is actually leading in the table. The share of thermal power plant. Now this thermal power plant covers coal-based, lignite-based, gas and those diesel-based power plants. So here we can see that thermal power plants, electrical energy produced by thermal power plant is the highest, that is 62.2%, and thermal power plant alone itself generates 2,30,906 megawatts of electricity. Now, if we talk about an individual performer, so we have a coal-based thermal power plant, and coal-based thermal power plant itself cover more than 50% of share, that is 53.6%. In megawatt, it is 1,98,525. So still the share of thermal power plant is quite high, but in past few years we have seen that it is being reduced continuously because of it has its own drawbacks, environmental drawbacks, and revenue drawbacks, and also health problem to the surroundings. Now coming to the next sector, that is the hydro. Now, hydropower plant can be uh, divided into renewable as well as conventional, because it's quite old, so we can divide these hydropower plants into two categories. One comes into renewable because it's a clean source of energy, there is no harm to environment, so it comes to renewable energy, and we have included these hydropower plant in renewable only till the capacity of 5 kilowatt power plants, and these are known as small hydro, and rest are known as the conventional source of energy. So that if we talk about hydropower plant hold the share of 12.3% of energy generation in electric power system. In megawatt, it is 45,699 megawatts. Now coming to the renewable energy sources, coming to nuclear section is quite low, it's just 1.8. Earlier it was higher than this 1.8, but it is being reduced because of very high drawbacks and risk factors. In megawatt, it is 6780 only. Now this RES, this data is taken from MNRE, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. RES, we have seen a great growth in previous 4 to 5 years. Earlier it was 6 to 7%, but now it has gone up to 23.6%. Now this RES, renewable energy source, contains various other generation sector like photovoltaic, wind turbine, small hydro, and other. So when we talk about its capacity in megawatts, we see that 87,669 megawatts is being generated in this section, that is renewable energy sources. So this is the entire statistics till 30th June 2020 for our nation. So if you compare this statistics with the previous reports, you will see that this section, coal-based thermal power plant, is continuously decreasing, And this section, renewable energy sources, is continuously being increased. And in coming years, we will see renewable energy sources as the leading energy producer in our country, as it takes just one time of investment and quite low maintenance, and it also doesn't require that much of input as required by coal based power plant, etc. Also, it is a clean source of energy. So this is all about the generation of electric power. In the next lecture, we will be discussing about the transmission and distribution section. Thank you very much.